Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this episode, I'm going to tell you how I became a YouTube partner. But before we get too deep into today's video, as usual, let's roll the intro. Alright, so let me tell you my story. I started this YouTube channel 3 years ago, 3.5 years more or less. And of course, like a lot of people, you go on an end goal where you would like to maybe live out of this or make some money out of it. But in my case, I always like to talk to the camera on Instagram, on, I don't know, Snapchat when I was younger, on Facebook stories, on whatever you like. I was always up to talk to the camera, to make a video, to do something silly or at least something that I thought it was funny, and then just share it with my friends, and that was about it. So I think it was April 2022 or somewhere in there, I made this video. This video is about a car that it means a lot to me because it's the car that my parents bought when we lived in Spain, and they bought it in 2001, and I grew up in that car basically, and I always dreamt with being able to drive it. So I started this channel, let's say, by making the video where I was going to work on it and get it back on the road. Now I know it's been 3 years and the car still isn't fixed or isn't ready to be back on the road, but this is where things get interesting, at least for me. I'm basically a mechanic, but what I used to do was take the car to the garage, let them fix it, pay for it and all that kind of stuff. And I felt like when I was at work, I could fix or try to fix almost anything. And when it came to my car, I was scared to break stuff or maybe not having a car because it took me too long to do it. So I decided to start working on my cars. And all this channel, if you look, all the videos, is just on the budget. It's basically me having a normal job, spending a bit of money on parts, sometimes spending a bit more money on better parts or better quality. But all of it is on the budget. Some of the videos as well that I made were about holidays that I've been to, places that I've never been before, and I wanted to share with people. The way that I was seeing things like Instagram stories and stuff like that is an opportunity to share with your friends. I got a lot of friends in Spain because I lived there for many years, and I got friends here in the UK, and so basically it's a way to share with them the things that you're doing. I mean, I'm not discovering here the fire, but that's the way that I always treat it as. It was never about bragging, look at me, or I'm on holiday, I'm doing this, or look at this, I'm better than you because I got this car, or I'm in this place at the minute. It was more to share with people that I can't see often the things I was doing. As well, I thought if I put a camera in front of me like I'm doing right now, I'll be pushing myself a bit more to actually get things done rather than just do it on the background and not show it to anyone. If I'm putting on a video, if I'm making a video or saying that I'm going to make a video, then I want to deliver that. I know there are many ways that you can become a YouTube partner, and in my case, as I said, I didn't do it with spending shitloads of money in a lot of things. I did it in a way where I like always to tell a story. I like to, as I said before, to share my story, whether some people find it boring or find it stupid or find it, I don't know, anyone can do it. I'm not here to say that I'm different to everyone else. I just put my mind into something that I thought was worth it. And don't get me wrong, there were moments like in this video up here where I was feeling a bit low. I wasn't motivated to carry on doing things, not because I wasn't getting the views or the recognition that I thought I deserved, but just because I felt like I didn't know where to go. I felt like I was working on the cars and then I make the video, and some of my videos I like more than others, like everything. Some videos, the idea, I thought it was very good, and when I delivered the video, maybe the way that I explained it or the way they do it, it wasn't good enough for me and probably for other people as well. And so that is kind of where I hit a wall. And I didn't know really what to do, if I carry on or not. And I'm guilty of a lot of times in my life, do things and get to a point where I'm comfortable with, where I think I'm good enough, and then just let it be. And buckle up, because this video is going to be probably just me rambling about all this kind of stuff. What I want to say with this is that anyone can do it. Anyone can get to the point where I am now. And don't get me wrong, because my channel isn't like massive, and as I said, I'm not spending shitloads of money to be able to get your attention and to click on my thumbnail and then to watch everything that I do. I'm not gonna get paid loads of money, but I don't care, because for me the end goal was to get here, and I'm so happy. I'm beyond happy. I think it's been a week and a half since I received the good news that YouTube accepted me as a partner, and that's it. For me, it's like whatever comes after this is a bonus. I'm so happy. I never thought, and I know this is a cliche, everyone says it, but I never thought I was gonna be able to make it this far. And as I said, I kept on making videos and pursuing what I thought I wanted to do. And yeah, of course it's gonna be great when I get paid for videos, but that is not the point for me at all. It's just I'm beyond grateful for, you know, friends and family, and then the people that I don't know that have been watching my videos and commenting and asking questions and thanking me for maybe making a tutorial about how to do something on the car or stuff like that. That for me just means the world. What I'm trying to say is that I know some people pursue things for different reasons, and of course it'll be great to maybe dedicate my life to YouTube and just do what I want, which is working on cars and traveling. But the thing is, it all depends how you want to look at it. If you're trying to chase this goal because you want to get paid, it's going to be a bit harder, because you might not get the views that you want or as quickly as you think you deserve to be watched. And that sometimes takes a big hit on you. Don't get me wrong, of course, as I said, it'd be great to get paid good enough where you can dedicate 100% your life to this. But at the same time, if it doesn't work for me, at least I got to where I wanted to be. I proved to myself that I could pursue something and I can actually achieve the goal that I set myself to. And as I said, whatever comes next is just a bonus. I was reading a book the other day, and what he said, the sentence that I read was quite nice. It actually got to me. And it was something in the lines of the way that kids dream, or the way that kids fancy things or try to achieve things. If you think about it, for kids, think about it, when you were a kid, there was no goal too big, no dream too big. And I feel the older that you get, the more excuses you put to yourself where you can or cannot do things. When I was a kid or a teenager, I dreamt that I could be a pilot, I could be a footballer, I could be a F1 racer, I could be anything I wanted to be. And with this YouTube, there's no difference. With this YouTube, I started making the videos. I started making the videos as anyone would. And I'm not trying to be here like, oh my God, look at me, I'm so cool now because I'm a YouTuber and I know all the ins and outs on how to do things. No, not at all. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that I'm very grateful and proud of myself for keeping at it, for making videos that maybe for most people weren't that interested, or maybe there were many others in YouTube that were better than my ones, better explain, better shoot, better everything. I always, this is going to sound a bit weird, but I always try to never compare myself with anyone else. I always sort of knew since I was a kid what I wanted to do with my life, let's say. That's a big statement, but I always knew what I wanted to pursue, let's say. And cars were one of the big things, thanks to my dad, who was always into cars, and it still is, but when I was a kid it was a big part of his life, and I think that's how kind of started rolling into it. As well, I'm the kind of person that I'm always curious about stuff. I always want to learn how things work, or learn how things are made or done, so I can do it myself and I don't have to depend on anyone else, let's say. Not for anything, just because I'm curious enough where I like to try, I like to improve, and I like to do the best I can. What I'm trying to say is that the journey sometimes is not easy. And we all know that. I'm not, as I said, discovering the fire here or giving you this massive speech of motivation where I'm going to make you achieve your goals. That's not my point. I just want to tell my story. And if you can take something from it, something positive that could help you, or something that could make you think, and maybe change something that you thought I could do this way, actually, go for it. I'll be beyond happy. So if so, just leave it in the comments. But what I wanted to say is that pursue what you want. As long as you're not hurting anyone, and as long as it's something that you are willing to put yourself into it, and sometimes having to sacrifice certain other things, just go for it. I know I can do better. I know I can do better videos. I know I can put better stories, better content. I can do quite a lot of other things that maybe sometimes I lack, or I think, oh, this is good enough, I'll just post it and that's it. Like the last video I posted, this one up here, I feel like I could have done a way better job of explaining the process of how we got the car back together, but I was quite stressed, to be honest. I wanted to get the car back on. I realized I was very close to get it back on the road after 8-9 months, and that's all I cared. So for example, that video could have been way better, but as I said, you're never going to be perfect, and there's things that you're going to like more and things that you're going to like less. But as long as you're willing to put that effort into, and as long as you're willing to sacrifice certain things, and as well to know that it's okay to fail, and it's okay to a video be bad or get some bad comments or some stuff like that. A lot of people will either hate you because you're doing something that they're not capable of doing. A lot of people are gonna hate you because they don't like I had a comment a few years ago, they didn't like my voice or they didn't like my accent. A lot of people are just gonna hate for the sake of hating because that makes them feel better. And those things, as much as they're painful sometimes, those are the things that you need to fuel yourself with. Because sometimes, not all the time, I know, but sometimes when people have started doing that to you or to someone, it means that other person is doing something good, is doing something that these other people are afraid to. And at the end of the day, as I said, for me, it's not about the money, of course. I'm not stupid. We all need money to live, to have a better life if we want, to improve, or to buy things, or to do things that make us happy. I understand that. But my idea was to be able to get to where YouTube said you're good enough. It was validation, yes. Validation from a big company, from a corporation that said, you good enough for us to pay you, basically. Good enough for us to say blue tick, for example. And don't get me wrong, there are things as well that are still haven't done on cars, they haven't replaced, changed, upgrade or whatever, because I'm in that mindset of like, oh, should I do this? Should I not? Should I maybe try something else? Should I send it to a garage to let them do, because it might be a bit of a job? And those fears are sometimes what hold us back. As I said before, kids dream and dream big. They go no sense of fear in that sense. They don't care how big or how outrageous this dream can be. And when we get older, we tell ourselves, no, I can't do this because of that. Or when I finish this other thing, or when I finish my studies, or when I finish, well, now is not a good time because Christmas. Now is not a good time because I'm going through this. That's just bullshit. That's just you trying to excuse yourself and trying to say to you, it's okay for me not to do it now. It's better if I do it when the time is right. And like a lot of people say, there's not a right time to do things. And the more you put obstacles to yourself, the more frustrated you're gonna be, the more, sad, the more low you're gonna feel if you want. So just go and do it. Honestly, I am beyond happiness now, knowing that I made it. Like, I still think about it and my eyes get watery. It's just, I've been chasing it for so long. And yeah, this is for me the beginning of something way bigger than I never imagined. So this is basically my story. This is how I became a YouTube partner. And what's next? What's next with my channel? Buy more cars? See, yeah, probably eventually. The Forest is back on the road, but we got a lot of things to do on that one. The Impreza needs things doing. We need to get the Jimny back on the road, and we need to get the Golf back on the road. And after that, we can look into buying another car. And as well, I wanna go back to record the holidays. I've got 3 holidays potentially planned from now, August, till the end of the year. So I don't know if those ones are gonna be just for me to go and enjoy and not have the camera, or I might take the camera and get some bits and bobs to show you what I've been, what I've done and stuff like that. And basically, this is me. I am Nico, 32 years old in a few days. This is a Loco Rodil, and I hope you enjoy this little montage of how I became a YouTube partner. And I hope I see you again very soon in the next videos. But as always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing if you do, and I shall see you very shortly.